All right, 50-50. It's been on social media and I've seen posts the last week posing the question, do you go 50-50 with your man or something like that to that nature? And it's a CC, which means check comments. And it's a bunch of different comments and feelings and emotions and thoughts on couples and relationships going 50-50. Some of the things that I've seen were women said that they've never even been in a situation that was 50-50, that the men take care of everything, and they might, and a lot of women said that they might pay, some small bills here, there, whatever. One lady said that her dad told her to just do like whatever bills she brings to the table, take care of the bills she brings to the table, but the man's supposed to take care of the household and pay, what I'm saying, I guess the major bills and everything like that. Some people said that they don't see anything wrong with going 50-50. Some people ask, what are the women bringing to the table? Some women said they're bringing the table to the table. What's your thoughts on 50-50 or not? Or, what's your thoughts?
I have a lot of thoughts on it because I think when we're talking about 50-50 and the women who feels like, oh, the man should pay everything, I think they're thinking about a time because yes, it is meant. There was a time where a man paid everything, but there was also a time that when those men paid everything, they were marrying a virgin. The women, or that was the woman that they could see kids with. The women that come with out of wedlock children and stuff like that. So, when you look at it from that standpoint, it's like, yeah, that's great, but in this day and time, it really depends on the person and their on the people and their relationship and what they decide. But I have an issue with women who feel like, oh, the man supposed to pay everything, and they're not really, you already got children, you're not a virgin, you don't listen, you feel entitled, they're entitled, you're supposed to do this and that, and then they're not really doing nothing because they feel like, oh, because I'm cute and have pussy, this is all I'm supposed to do. No, that's not the case. That I don't know. I still don't know where that changed. Where did it change? I mean, yeah, when men start, I think somewhere when women start being virgins, when they got married, is when people stop waiting till they to lose their virginity into marriage. When they stop waiting for marriage, I think somewhere around there. But then where did this entitlement come from with this new generation? I don't understand that. But I also think that there's nothing wrong with, you got some situations where the man handles all the major bills and the woman, because now women work. So, you have women who work and then maybe their money is taking care of the household things that we need, the children, sports, or whatever the kids need, their clothing, the food, the smaller bills. You know what I'm saying? So there's nothing wrong with that. I just don't. I personally, because we have three sons, are not finna tell my son to pay all the bills just because she feel like you should because she's cute, or she feel like, oh, my money should be mine. No, she needs to be worthy of that. And I'm sorry, I don't feel like a lot of these young ladies are worthy of that.
I like that assessment. But I do think that it's important that no matter how a man starts, that he does make it a goal to attain the ability to take care of a household. No matter if we're a young couple and we start I'm just learning, I don't know how to do any, what I'm saying, take care of everything. Everything does have to be 50-50, and we are living in a, the economy is crazy right now, which, isn't an excuse, but sometimes it does take two, especially in this economy. You know what I'm saying? Two incomes is better than one. And so maybe she doesn't have to work as hard as the man or whatever, but I feel like she should help him if they're in a building situation. Now, if you talking about we coming to the table and everybody already late 30s, 40s, maybe he should come pre-built. Maybe he should come with the ability to take care of a household at that point in his life because maybe he's built himself up to that.
But
But
there's nothing wrong with going down 50-50 either.
I didn't say it was. I'm talking about only men and what they should feel in their hearts that because sometimes we do stop growing, and sometimes we do stop wanting to achieve. You don't ever have to stop achieving. That's all choice. You don't ever have to stop growing. And so the way that I start, look how we started. I brought children to the table. You brought children to the table. This isn't traditional. This is blended. So I need all your resources. You need all my resources. This ain't 50-50. This 100-100. But I need help, and I do want to be able to fully latch off and fully take care of everything and be an old time guy, But normally that takes time. That comes with time, experience. I mean, it's a lot to it.
And it's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would think any man, not little boy, not whatever you want to call it, you know what I'm saying, would want to eventually get to a point to where, because I think it's in a woman's nature to just be womanly and want to be able to nurture and do all this other stuff. I think it's in a man's nature, a real man's nature, to want to provide. So there's nothing wrong with maybe the end goal being, hey, I handle all of this, you know what I'm saying, and you sit back. I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. I also don't think there's nothing wrong with 50-50 if y'all starting there. I don't want the younger women to confuse that though because you have guys, they can say 50-50 or saying, hey, I'm growing, or there's potential, I'm going to get there. And, and it's nothing wrong with a woman helping, even if she's the breadwinner or whatever. But don't get the men that leeches or that wanting, you know what I'm saying? They're wanting a woman to take care of them. They're not trying, they want to be the stay home.
That's a thing
parent,
now.
yeah, and all that. Like, that's different. That's, to me, there's nothing that's weird.
Every week I see a woman getting on her knees to propose.
That's weird behavior. Yeah. All of that is, to me, the one. Yeah, it's like, yeah, he's staying home. She go make the money. She getting on her knees proposing to him. All of that is weird, strange, different. However you want to word it. I do want to address something you said. With growth, I think, in your individual single life, marriage life, relationships, you want to keep growing. There's nothing wrong with growing and keep having goals, because you don't want to be in stagnant and you don't want to be in standstill. There is a difference between, they change and they grow. You know what I'm saying? They grew. There's a difference. Like, change is not necessarily bad, but you can have change that can be bad. But when change is there's growth and there's progression, and you see, you know what I'm saying, both of y'all going in a good direction, that's a good thing. So whether you're doing 50-50, whether you're doing a 70-30, 100-100, whatever, and again, that's on the individuals, what they decide to do. Long as there's growth, long as you're moving forward, long as there's some type of end goal and you keep, progressing in life, there's nothing wrong with it. Stay away from women who feel entitled, that feel like, you're supposed to pay all the bills because I'm not, and this and that. And I don't understand that. Especially the ones that got children, don't really got nothing going for themselves. Like, you got to bring something to the table, man, other than looks and sex.
Well, if she's bringing 2+ children to the table, then, and she's still looking for 100%, basically just a savior. You're looking for somebody complete provider. That means that he's going to have to provide for children that's not his. That's a lot. But to ask off the top is what I'm saying. Like, off the top, that's crazy for me.
And it is, but it's okay if you do that, especially if the woman is bringing that along with loyalty, along with respect, along with listening, along with, doing what she's supposed to do as a woman, with a man who provides. But a lot of this new day stuff, these women think they can do what they're supposed to do. Do what they want to do while the man's supposed to, it's the entitlement for me. And I'm not with that. And I'm not with the soft. Maybe some strong women is okay with going, and the men too. Kudos to them, but I'm not going to encourage young people to do that.
No, I don't either. I'm not an advocate for putting that type of pressure on a young man, but I'm also an advocate for building and I'm also an advocate for growing and end goal, like you said earlier. Because end goal also for the male will come with completely putting my woman into her, allowing her to just be into her femininity. You know what I'm saying? In her full role. You know what I'm saying? So
Softness.
the more, I mean, not even, I don't like that because they done made that soft gear era. They done made that like
A bad thing.
I didn't say it was a bad thing, but it's not a 25-year-old thing. Do you see what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's true.
It's you 25 with 2 kids and you talking about you ready for your soft gear era. Ma'am, you stuffed your pillow full of rocks. You got to put it on your bed and you got to sleep on that pillow full of rocks. At least for 2 sets of 18. You got 2 kids, right? 3, 4, right? You finna have to stuff your pillow full. You stuff your pillow is full of rocks. You had kids out of wedlock. Okay? Now you're looking for a suitor to not only take on you, but your responsibilities and take those responsibilities as his own responsibilities. Because the people I'm talking about is the black community, and 9 times out of 10, they already got kids. They
And
coming
let's
to the table with kids, male and female.
and let me just say
So
this.
that's crazy.
I have seen, okay, there are women who have children who learn through those lessons and they have a lot of value they can bring. They are
Yeah,
great
yeah, yeah.
mothers.
Yeah.
There are. I personally, when I met my husband, my kids were, I'm saying teenagers, have kind of learned a lot and went through a lot because life was based on the children. But you also have a lot of women who have a lot of children and it's the immaturity. Most of the time, I'm going to say most women who have made those type of decisions to have multiple children with multiple men, continue to have them, are not mature. And so not only are you asking for a man to come in and take care of you and your kids, and he got to deal with the nonsense, the foolishness that comes with it.
Well, you're off of decision making. Okay. Once I attained my second child, I said, "Oh man, I got to put a cap on it because these things are expensive." You know what I'm saying? And the future's gonna come. One day, both of my kids will be 30, and we'll sit down and have conversations. I don't want those conversations to have to be like, "Oh man, what happened here and what happened there," and no, I got you, baby. I got you. What I don't know what you talking about, but I got you. Yeah, took good care of you straight. Yeah, you all right. Yeah, you gonna be all right. Yeah.
Right.
So we'll have those conversations one day. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but to be able to look them eye to eye. Now, if I went out here and got myself, in more of a pickle than I got myself in, okay, 2 children out of wedlock. Well, I go out here as a male and get 4 kids out of wedlock. First thing I just did is I devalued myself. Because whatever doors God got for me to open up, to walk through, I can still walk through them, but with more baggage, with more difficulty. I may get to walk through them. I may never get to walk through them. Just imagine you walking towards the door that God has open for you, but then you keep putting these, pillars on your legs, locks of pillars on your legs, okay? And now you can't move. And that door is closing. Years are going by. One day that door's going to close. Will you make it? I don't know.
I think like with women, from what I've seen, with when there's two or more children, most of the time the women, because there are women who have got married guys, with them with lots of children and stuff. But I think it's because of their maturity with their mind, because they're focused in on their kids. That's attracted to some guys. You know what I'm saying? They're so focused in, they're so this and the ones I'm thinking their children are always a little bit older. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what it's about. So I think it's not like over with for you to be able to do it, but you got to look at it like you can't ask a man to come in and pay 100% because off the rip they're going to be looking at it like you said, your decision making. Like if you decided to do all these little bitty children and you want me to come in and then you think just because you was cute or you be half naked or you look like an Instagram model or whatever the case may be, it don't work that way. You got to bring some value. You have to show that you're a great mother. You got to show that you can make good decisions as a mother. Okay, yeah, I made some poor decisions, but this is where I'm at now. Like you have to bring some value, and I just wanted to point that out because we see so much of it. You have those who are great mothers who's all focused in, they're going to be able to attract somebody good. But then you have some that's, it's like, what are you doing? Why do you feel entitled? What? You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to kind of point that out.
Yeah, I feel that. I just, you know, it's just so much to it. I feel like you said earlier, if you're going 50-50, if you're going 70-30, if you're going 100-100, if you're going, to me, there is no 100-0. You can't do that. You know, whether the male or the female is paying nothing, they still have to have some value. You see, otherwise they'll just be leeching and taking away from the possibilities of the other person's growth as well. You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Because I feel, not honestly, in my honest personal opinion, I feel like in this day and time, 2024, and moving forth as the future, no woman should go into a relationship feeling like the man should pay everything. I'm sorry. I don't feel that way. Because if you're not a virgin, when you get married, you shouldn't feel like he should do that. You shouldn't feel like he's, if you already got some, you're not, and you got, other stuff going on, then no, you shouldn't go. I just feel like in this day and time they need to stop that. If you are fortunate enough to be blessed with one who's wanting to take care of you or build to that point to take care of you to where you don't have to go 50-50 or worry about those type of bills because of the type of men that you have attracted, then count yourself blessed. But do not go into a relationship feeling entitled. He's supposed to feel blessed if he does. But if you're not a virgin going into a marriage then or a relationship, just girl, stop.
And on the flip side of that, ladies and fellas, especially ladies nowadays, because it's a thing being taken advantage of. If he's a leech, if every 6 weeks he done lost his job or it's an excuse here and there, just get on out of there. That's what I say.
And it's not growth or him building if he needs to use your car. It's not growth or him building if he got to come in and move in with you because he can't afford his own place. It's not growth. And I'm saying, I'm talking about not if a man caught a hard time. I'm talking about the ones who, have he ever had a place? Oh, he used to live with her. And then they broke up, and then he went home with his mom. Oh, then he moved in with her. Oh, and then now he want to move in with you. No. Let him go back to his mama and get himself together. That's not building or growth right there.
You talking about a Rolling Stone?
What you call it? A little boy.
Yeah.
In a grown man body.
Aged male. Aged male.
Okay, aged male.
Aged male.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah, aged male.
I can think of some other names, but I like that one.
But that's the nicest way that you can say that, a non-man. A non-man is an aged male. Yeah, so aged males, yeah, they gonna play the game. And aged females.
It's females out here that got their own place.
That aren't women? Aged females?
I don't know why I just thought women
about?
got themselves together. But yeah, learn from them. I don't want my son with a woman who don't
Section 8, passing that down to generation to generation. That's aged female activity.
It's not.
We're not going to do that, though, right now.
Well, let me just touch this. Ooh. Let me say.
You gonna act like we say aged male and aged female. You like what that?
Okay, let me just say this. When it comes to the Section 8, there's nothing wrong with getting public assistance.
No,
but the goal is not to be on it. Then your kids grow up and you teach them how to get on it and fight the system. It's supposed to help you get to a point to where you don't need it. Can it be done? Yes. I have been a person who had public assistance and got to a point to where I did not need it and haven't had it. I think my kids, the last time maybe I had it, they were 10, they're 22 and 21 now. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's a little bit, yeah.
My mom and them had got food stamps. We used to get I think the fives was purple and the ones was brown. I think the tens was orange. Yeah, it was jumping. I remember getting ones and fives. I ain't never get a 10, 20.
But yeah, so there's nothing wrong with a guy dating a woman with Section 8 and they build and grow together. But you definitely you don't want the one who mindset is stuck on that's where it's at. There's no further. They don't see themselves past that.
Those people honestly shouldn't even date, but they're the top breeders out of the community, you know what I'm saying? But they shouldn't even date, honestly. And I think the conversation was a little bit elevated higher than that. I think they was talking about actually people with the ability to date. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
If you still, yeah, because you should really be focusing on yourself and
You
getting
should be
yourself on a
focusing
different
on yourself.
situation and
Yeah.
trying to get out of that. I do agree with you with that.
Yeah.
So, but we're talking about people who got their stuff together. But I did have to touch because a lot of times you have those people, and I'm just going from comments and stuff I've seen. You got women that are saying, "Oh, he gonna have to pay 100%," but then those are the same women who ain't got no man. Ain't nobody paying 100% for them. What are you talking? How can you give me advice on something you don't have? That's why I ain't got no man, because he young, and you gonna continue not to have a man with that mindset. Kudos to you. I'm just saying, those be the main ones. Single.
I honestly think women should help, especially in the earlier stages in his development, or especially if you're growing with him.
Okay,
You
growing
know,
with them, yes,
and
but
I guess I'm thinking about couples maybe
growing,
35 and under,
building together.
35 and under, 35 and under. You know, because I want to cut the fellas some slack, because I like slack. Okay, and so 35 and under, yeah, it should be okay that she's trying to help him
Or vice versa.
build. Yeah, yeah, and yeah. What do you mean? But once you get the end goal should be to be able to attain financial, ability to take care of your family as men. I think so. But I am an advocate for whatever you need to do to each his own. You know what I'm saying? If y'all need to go 50-50, I don't think nothing
It's
negative
nothing wrong.
about it.
And honestly, just thinking, like really when you're getting ready to that, you need to be focused on yourself. You need to be to a point to where you're financial stable. I'm just the bare minimum. You want to be financial stable. You want to be able to hold your own. So that way when you collide together, it makes it
You
easy.
talking about male and female.
Well, yeah, I'm talking about male and female. You should be able to hold your own and be financial stable, whether with kids or not. If you're not, I don't understand why you're dating. Why are you even dating? Okay, maybe you got a crush or something. Again, however, it's to each his own. Everybody is different, but I would suggest if you're single and you're able to, that's the bare minimum. Now, it would be ideal to be financial stable, hold your own, work on good credit, this and that, and both of y'all both have that, come to the table with that. Wow, what a great combination. But at least bare minimum, be able to hold your own and be financial stable. Don't male or female. Don't be the female that ain't working, but you want him to do everything. Don't be the guy that ain't got nothing going